Hey guys, this is Fozdood 77 with the first episode and hopefully a long-running series of Hunger Games gameplay commentary. Hopefully this series lasts a while, but I don't know because I don't win very often. But more about that later because the game starts off rather quickly. Invincibility is running off in 4 seconds and there are people everywhere in this swamp and I don't have anything. So I go into this little area, make myself a crafting table, make some sticks, sword, and then a couple bowls. Try to make as much soup as I possibly can, which is only 5, which is not a very good amount, not even a hot bar. So I break the crafting table, and I go on and do something very dumb, and start attacking these people. Um, I realize that that guy is actually chasing someone else, and I see, Jason Gamer over here, and I'm thinking maybe I'll attack him when this other guy, Dark Flame HD, actually, he comes over here and starts hitting me, and that's rather annoying, so I start hitting him back, which is a very dumb thing to do, again, because I only have 3 soup left. So I start chasing him around, and it's a rather annoying chase. I can't seem to catch up to him. Right here, he stalls, and then he starts queuing bowls, so I know he's not quick dropping, but I also know he's got more than a hot bar. So I can see him, he's hitting me with his stone sword, he's souping, I start attacking him, and he actually throws his stone sword, which is something I didn't realize at the time, at first. And then I see a stone sword down there, which he actually picks up right there, but I'm able to take him out, which was lucky. So I grab his stone sword, make a bunch of soup, as much soup as I possibly could. I'm thinking about going back in the swamp, but I decide that's a bad idea, and kill some pigs, get some pork. So in this game, it's a more unusual gameplay, because I'm actually part of a tower team, which I don't like doing very often, but it's a worm, Endermage Stomper team. I'm the Stomper, and the Endermage and worm, while this was going on, made a tower, and that's where I'm headed right now. Kill a couple more pigs. And I see the tower up here, so I'm running up to it, and then the Endermages me up right now, and so right now I'm just, not really doing anything. This part is a rather boring part. Just making soup. I give people soup. Basically what this tower is the worm, Littlebear82299. It's a worm trap, so that if someone towers up over here, he can place dirt on one of those posts and then block off the other person's movement towards us, and then break the blocks under him and knock him off. Unfortunately, that doesn't actually wind up happening at all in this game. In fact, the worm never really comes in handy except to make the tower itself. So while this is happening, a mini feast actually spawns. Actually, 2 mini feasts spawn. So we're thinking, oh, maybe we should go for that, but I'm not sure if I should or not, because I don't know, I don't have a lot of soup, but in the end I wind up going. So right here I start running around searching for this mini feast, but unfortunately it happened a while ago, so it's no longer in my chat. So I'm trying to look for the coordinates, but I'm just listening to them, and what they're saying sounds a little suspicious, and I'm not sure. See this pyramid over there, but I was pretty sure that had already been excavated, so I didn't bother. So I continue searching around here. It's getting dark, close to nighttime, and I wind up giving up searching, so I'm going back to the tower right now. Yeah, right here. I turn around to go back to the tower. I decide that it's not really worth it to find the mini feast. So I'm just hurrying back. It's kind of annoying because we don't have too much food, and I don't like wasting all those pork chops. So I see this temple again, and this time I decide, you know what, I'm just gonna check it just in case. So I run inside. I see that block there, and it makes me suspicious, and then I realize that, yeah, it's already been excavated. You can see the crater down at the bottom. Someone blew up the TNT. So I'm running along in the forest, which is near where the tower actually is, and believe it or not, I run into a pink sheep, which is something you don't see very often. So, I break it, get the pink wool, just because I can. And I start running around, hoping to get Endermaged up. And it actually takes a while to get Endermaged up. But they, right now, are talking about a guy with an iron chestplate, and I see him right there, when I get Endermaged up and fall off again, which is kind of a fail. But you can see in the tower, there's a guy with an iron chestplate towering up to us, and they're all freaking out because we don't really have anything, and we'd not be able to take him out at all. So we're watching him. He's towering up. It's not a very happy moment for us because we think this is going to be the end of the game. We're not too confident in our trap, but we start standing back here. We throw him in front. We throw Little Bear in front to see if he can worm the guy off, spleef him off the tower. He places down water. That's not a good sign. So we're just waiting and waiting, and it's a lot of waiting, and it's a rather anxious waiting because, we could easily just lose right now. When this guy towers up above us and then just dies. So, it's a replay again in slow-mo. I guess he didn't know that there's actually a force field at the top, and if you go up, you start taking damage. He must have not had a lot of health, so we go over and get his stuff. We go over here at first. I collect some junk, and then get more towering materials. I jump down into the water and collect all the other stuff that was fallen, including a ton of wood, a ton of towering materials, iron ingots, an iron chest plate. It was he was pretty loaded with things. So we go through his stuff. I get an iron chest plate. I get Endermaged up. I make a chest so that I can put all the things that he had in it, or all the things that that he had that I don't feel like keeping, so that my teammates could take some. So also in this time, the feast winds up spawning. And, well, the feast doesn't spawn quite yet. But the feast about to spawn, but right here, I fall for no reason, but I land in water, which is good, and then end of stream. So, I try to go back on, but my computer was having difficulty with joining the servers when he actually typed the server out, so I had to go on Hunger Games, and just do the MC, PvP, the original HG.com, that kind of thing, without a specific server. So, I go on a different server, I tried again, and I go on that same different server with the jungle. So that's disappointing, but then I decide, why don't I just try typing in the actual IP, and then believe it or not, it actually works. And I finally find myself, and I'm back at the top, so that's good. That was a relief. But in the time when I was away, the feast had spawned, so our Endermage jumped down, got murked. He jumped down into the water. I tried to jump down in the water, but I actually hit a tree, which is kind of a noobish thing to happen, but whatever. So, I'm trying to find the feast. I'm having difficulty, for some reason, getting the coordinates when a guy with full iron is actually chasing me. So this is not good. I only have 3 soup. I'm not confident that I'd be able to take him out. I can't strafe. And I continuously turn around to see if he's behind me a couple times, and he always seems to be. And then I see the tower of the Endermage, collect some iron ingots, and I just stop right when he Endermages me. So it is actually rather epic. So we're getting in our tower, and we start building the platform a little bit when he starts jumping up. And you can see he's taking random damage without anyone hitting him, so I'm assuming he was starving to death. So I go down, and he actually dies before I hit him. Before I even swing my sword, he just dies. And it says at the bottom, Mine Mastercraft, Urgle died. So I jump down, collect his stuff. I guess he was starving to death and just died right before. And I'm told that there's someone behind me. Turn around, I don't see him. And then I put on my chestplate. And then I see this guy. I run over to attack him, and I hit him a couple times. I hit him a couple times, and then there's a quick time lapse because of Bandicam, but, basically I just got Endermage back up. So then I jump down, and I successfully stomp this guy, which is nice. There's no one else at the feast. So, actually, right now, we take a ridiculous amount of time, getting the feast. It's just all, I don't know. None of us had ever, well, I'd won a couple times before, but nobody else, and the team had ever actually won a feast. So, it was kind of unusual. We didn't know what to do, and what to take. Everyone starts going down, getting things. This is at times 4 speed, and it's still still a rather long process for us to get it. We're taking all the diamond out, getting things, useful things like ender pearls, potions, and throwing out all the junk, making more soup for ourselves. Um, we decide not to get the water bucket. That was probably a bad idea. And then I lava everything that we don't need, that we didn't wind up taking. And then after getting the feast, after getting all the mushroom stew in the feast, we leave and try to go after this Pelingrim. I don't even know how to say it. It's like Pelingrir BR. So he's actually very, very near us, we can tell. And then all of a sudden, right here, I get Endermage down, and I fall rather long distance. But fortunately, I am a Stomper, so I don't take fall damage. But then I get Endermage down again, then Endermage back up, then Endermage down, and then Endermage back up, and I'm able to run away before getting Endermage down again. So that was interesting. So now we know that there's a guy under there who's got a fall trap. So the worm starts running away. We did not know, however, that Endermages cannot be Endermaged. So everyone was being cautious, even our Endermage, and our Endermage was trying to Endermage the other guy back up, but that wasn't working very well, because, of course, Endermages can't be Endermaged. So I'm running away, trying to get near him, trying to point at his compass, trying to have my compass point at him, actually. And then I look down that ravine, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe he's in a cave connected to the ravine, so I jump in, I run over, and I decide, you know what, that's probably not likely, there's no reason for us to jump in, all the way, so instead I just tower out of here, because there's no reason to go down. And I get my compass, eventually, after it's points it spawns for a long time. I wind up, my compass is pointing back at him, and I decide that I'm just gonna dig straight down and hope for the best. So I go to somewhere where he is roughly near, which is right here, and I start digging down, and then decide right about here to stop digging down for no real reason. I guess I just hit stone, so I decided now would be a good time to stop. So I'm digging over, and I see these wooden slabs, and I eventually see him, so I hit him once, and then he Endermages me down again. And then I'm hanging down here for a little bit, as our Endermage is going along, trying to find me, and eventually he winds up Endermaging me back up, pretty soon. I'm just hanging here, waiting. And not yet. There we go. He finally Endermages me back up, and decided to dig down back to where I was. I wasn't sure if that was the hole that I had gone in, because it was covered, but I decided, yeah, probably is. So I go here, and I find the little pathway that I made, and I wound up, he's over here, so I hit him a couple of times, and I realize he was shifting on a fence and Endermaging people down, so he didn't die, but the other person fell to their death. Fortunately, I was a Stomper, so his trap didn't work. So now it's just the three of us, and we're deciding who's gonna win. We're not exactly sure, because, you know, I had about 18 wins, Got Murked had 1, and Little Bear had 0. So we're thinking about giving him the win, even though he did the least out of all of us in this current situation. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that game as a Stomper. It was a tower team, which is pretty unorthodox to be comming in, but I thought it was a pretty good gameplay anyway. So I'll talk a little bit about my channel. So recently I haven't been posting because I just got a new computer, which is why I was able to play this game, because I could record Minecraft without it running at like 7 FPS. But as soon as I can get files transferred from my old computer, I'll have up the next episodes of my Pokemon game, my Pokemon walkthrough, or playthrough, rather, and the next episodes of the multiplayer survival with Star Smarters 314, which will be coming rather shortly, hopefully, if it all works out. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this Stomper Worm Endermage team, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.